Life Club with Tashima Jones, the podcast, brought to you by Tashima Jones Media. Keep in mind that this content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Welcome to another session of Life Club with me, Tashima Jones. Today, we are focusing on the emotional con artist and how not to fall for one. We will discover what an emotional con artist is, their ultimate goal, and how to spot one. Get your pens and journals ready for this session of Life Club. As always, when we know the definition of a thing, we are better equipped to using it properly. Today's terms are con artist. A con artist is a person who cheats or tricks others by persuading them to believe something that is not true. Next, we have confidence. Confidence is the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. It is having a firm trust. And last but not least, we have emotion. Here on Life Club, we define emotions as physical sensations in the body caused by a thought or event which leads to an action. Actions include thoughts, speech, and behavior. We can see emotions as energy in motion. As mentioned, a con artist is a person who deceives another, usually with the intention of gaining something in return. Most often, the return involves something material, financial, or a position of power or influence. Now, the emotional con artist seeks to gain the emotions of the one they are conning. The con in con artist is short for confidence. The goal of the emotional con artist is to gain the confidence of a person in order to take emotion from that individual to feed their own ego or emotional voids. They are built up and energized by your affection and attention, gaining a temporary emotional high. An emotional con artist seeks to continue to have access to you. They may send a DM or text every now and then. They may reach out via phone periodically. It's not that they desire to be with you, it's that they desire to have a part of you. You may leave their presence feeling emotionally drained or confused. You may even be left in suspense or subconsciously wanting more from them. And this is even if you didn't desire anything from them before their pursuit. Dealing with an emotional con artist can be baffling because the intention is to receive something that's immaterial, and it is to feed off of another person's emotions. As we discussed in our definitions, emotions can be seen as energy in motion. The intensity of that energy is influenced by thoughts, beliefs, or events. This is where descriptions like happy, sad, excited, or melancholy come from. When you consider the frequency of the energy associated with each of these descriptions, you are able to see they all come from a different level of intensity. This is also where the idea of feelings comes from, and how this word is oftentimes used interchangeably with emotion, because we feel emotions. We feel a lightness or a heaviness. We feel high energy or low energy. This is why it's important to process your emotions. What you may call anxiousness can really be excitement. What you may think is sadness can be a level of peace and security. Emotions are also influenced by one's perception of those thoughts, beliefs, or events. This is why Two different people can experience the same stimuli, including the thought, the belief, or the action, yet have two very different responses. So, how do your emotions benefit someone else? For starters, as human beings, we are created to connect to one another. With that being said, emotions usually have corresponding actions. Those actions include, once again, thoughts, speech, and behavior. Thinking about someone, speaking to someone, or acting on the behalf for or towards someone creates an exchange. It creates a connection, and it's an exchange of energy. Emotions, again, also known as energy and motion, are powerful because they are energetic. They carry the ability to refresh or to bring down. Exchanges look like giving someone your attention through thinking about them or listening to them. It can be engaging in conversation or saying something kind to them. The exchange of emotion, which again is a form of connection, is also found in simply feeling for that person in general. The emotional con artist gains the confidence of another in order to have an emotional connection or attachment to fill a void within themselves. These voids tend to include a lack of self-worth and a lack of the awareness of self-worth and avoiding their own emotions. They seek to be refreshed by the attention of others. Core tactics used to gain the confidence of those they seek to con include deception through excessive affection and attention, and presenting a false persona of who they truly are, especially when it comes to their profession, their academic status, or their financial status. It's important to note that emotional con artists may not even realize what they are doing, and they most likely wouldn't call themselves con artists. If you have been in a relationship with an emotional con artist, don't take it personally. Conning is a way of emotional survival for those who practice it. It's a sign of emotional immaturity, which can be seen as not being able to process personal emotions or inner conflict. It may look like avoidant or disorganized attachments where they either desire or reject intimacy simultaneously, or are suspicious of intimacy and put space between themselves and others. So, how do you spot an emotional con artist? Here is your life work. Based on this session, set aside at least 10 minutes to complete and reflect on the following. Best practices to avoid or discover an emotional con artist is to be patient and to pay attention to the words and actions of the individual. Do their words align with their actions? If they say they are going to do something, do they actually do it? Do they at least put genuine action behind what they say? What type of relationship do they have with themselves? Are you able to sense a healthy self-esteem? How do they refer to and treat themselves? In addition, pay attention to how the individual treats others around them. How do they treat, engage with, and speak of family members and friends? And last but not least, how do you feel when in their presence and after being around them? Do you feel the same, refreshed, or are you consistently emotionally depleted? As always, be sure to journal your experience. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Life Club with me, Tashima Jones. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you were here with me, and for that, I am truly grateful. Be sure to share and subscribe to this podcast on whatever platform you are tuning in from, and find me on YouTube at Tashima Jones Media for our 1-minute meditations and other video content. You're also invited to visit tashimajones.com for life coaching sessions, books, articles, courses, and free downloads. Until next time, remember your greatness. Talk soon.